Mic check. What's going on? What's going on? It's your brother outside the cube. It's your brother outside the cube. And yeah, let's get right into it, man. I don't even want to play. Let's get right into it, man. Uh, here the fuck we go again, man. Here we go again. Uh, shit. America, imperialism, back again, back a goddamn again. Now, I want to start off with this clip, because some may ask, peace, Shakuz, Heru Amun, peace, what's going on? I want to start off with this because we have to ask ourselves first. We have to give the proper analysis on why are we into this war. That's the first thing. Let's give the proper analysis. Let's not jump the gun. Let's just say, oh man, this is just messed up and this is just crazy and da da da. No, let's get a proper analysis. Why are we into this war? So first, what we have to do is we have to allow our commander in chief cover all bases. Let's go.
Massive precision strikes on the three key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
Okay, so that's number one. So Donald Trump told us last June, Donald Trump told the American people and the world that all of their key facilities of Iran, all their key nuclear facilities were completely obliterated. Let's rewind that.
Carried out massive precision strikes on the three key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
Now, if you weren't paying attention, he didn't say their first, he didn't say their second. He said all three were completely obliterated. Completely obliterated. Meaning they have nothing. They have no nuclear arms that they would be able to utilize to A, attack the United States, or B, attack anybody else. So when we fast forward to February 28th, now we're being told by the Israeli government that, oh, they got nuclear weapons, and so now we have to do a preemptive strike, which is really just a sucker punch. That's just a sucker punch. It's really just a sucker punch. So now we have to go in again and deal with these people when they don't have anything that they could even harm the American people whatsoever. They don't even have armaments to where that they could even reach us. We know that for a fact. So let's just let's just analyze it. They don't have anything to where their armaments could actually reach us. So all 300 million American people are safe and sound, can sleep safe and sound. But we have to go to war with these people. Why is that? Why is that? Now, Israel wants this war with Iran, and they've been wanting this war for a very long time. Israel wanted the war with Iraq for about 15 years. They eventually got it. We went over there. We was over there for almost 20 years. Israel got that war. We gave them that war. So now when we look here, the literal country right next over, now Israel is asking America to send their sons and daughters to go over and die for them again. Because if you remember the Iraq war, they was with us at the beginning, but then they pulled out. And then it was just us. England was with us. Israel was with us. And then everybody pulled out. And then all it was just America fighting this war for 20 fucking years. So now we have to ask ourselves, well, hold on, this is the same thing. But the Iraqi war, we knew what that was about. It was for a regime change and control over the oil, and then C, they wanted control over the region. Now, America didn't get control over the region. They had to pull out, much like how they had to pull out in wars prior. Because as quiet as it's kept, America hasn't won a fucking war in like 80 years. America really hasn't. America, like, we don't go to win wars. What we do is we go into a lot of situations, we get a lot of our soldiers clipped and killed, and we try to get regime change, start a lot of bullshit, and then we back out. Like the Korean War, shit like that. We start some shit and we try to back the fuck out. But what happened is the Israelis with the Iraqi war and the Afghanistan war, they pulled out before we could fucking pull out, and then we got stuck holding a bill, and then we were there for fucking 20 years. So this is going to be the same goddamn thing. This is going to be the same exact thing. Now, when you analyze this, you say, well, hold on. Israel has been asking for this war with Iraq. We gave them that war. And then you say, well, why the fuck would we go to war with Iraq when the American people don't want to do this shit? After about 5 or 6 years, people didn't want to do it no more. But this particular war, 90% of the American people are like, no, this is not what we want to do. No, don't go start a new war. This is why they're doing it. This is why they're doing it. Peace, what's going on, brother Hero? This is why they're doing it. It's because AIPAC controls 80% of our Congress. They control all of that shit. These are all of the seats in the House of Representatives in Congress. AIPAC owns all of this shit. They own all of your Democrats. They own all of your fucking Republicans. Damn near all. So when Israel wants to vote for something to happen, it happens. When Israel say we want this to happen or we need this to happen, it happens. Because America gives Israel to the tune of $3 to $4 billion a year. Now, a lot of that money that they're given, they have to spend it right back with us to purchase armaments and things of that nature. But there's a lot of that money that what they do with that money is they just go back and just buy our representatives from us. They just buy them. Okay, I'll give you $200,000 if you vote this way. I'll give you $10,000 if you vote that way. I'll give you $20,000 if you vote that way. And they do this shit. And they've been doing it for like the past 30 years. They've been doing it for a long time. So this is why you see AIPAC owns so much of this shit. And so now what we have ourselves in a situation to where America, the United States, we have overthrown this fucking government already. We've overthrown the Iranian government already. And now, 50 years later, they're saying, let's overthrow it again. Watch this. Let me show y'all something, how fucked up this shit is. So if you were to type in right now in Google, right? If you type in Google, type this shit in Google, is the Iran government installed by the United States government. You know what it says? It says the United States government did not install the current Islamic Republic of Iran government. However, the CIA and British intelligence orchestrated a 1935 coup. Listen, your search engines have been compromised. Your search engines have been compromised because watch this. If you type in, is the CIA under the fucking U.S. government? You know what it says? Yes, the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, is an independent agency of the United States federal fucking government. So how is it possible How is it possible that the United States government did not install the fucking Republic of Iran, but it was the CIA, but the CIA is actually under the fucking United States government? Your search engines are compromised. Your search engines are compromised. Because I just typed this shit in looking for some information. I was like, hold on. Why the fuck does this shit say that it wasn't the U.S. government? But then when you type in, is the fucking CIA under the U.S. government? It says yes. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. This shit is crazy. So what this should read is, yes, the United States government did install the current Islamic Republic of Iran government, and along with the British intelligence orchestrated in 1953. A 1953 coup that overthrew Iran's democratically elected Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh. This is what the fuck happened. Because what happened is in 1952, you had Mohammad Mossadegh. He started to nationalize all of that fucking oil. And then boom, he go to motherfucking United States government. Come in, did a coup, and then now we have this motherfucking government that we have now. So now 50 years later, America wants to overthrow this shit again. It's like they're gonna just keep rolling the fucking dice. Gonna keep rolling the dice until they get it right. No, that's not how you do this shit. You don't just keep rolling the dice with people's motherfucking lives and say, well, we just going to keep rolling the dice and keep shooting until we get something that we want. This is what the fucking United States government is doing by way of Israel. Fuck that. That's not how this is supposed to go. And Donald Trump is running around talking about we're going to do peace through strength. That shit don't even make sense. No. He said we're going to do peace through war. What the fuck are you talking about? How can you get peace through war? Do you get virginity through sex? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? None of this shit makes any goddamn sense. And then Donald Trump goes up there and says today, well, some American soldiers, they're going to die, but that's just war. But we're doing it not for today, but for tomorrow. What the hell are you talking about? I'm not sending my fucking sons and daughters to fucking die for Israel for some shit that these niggas ain't got no shit to fucking come and kill us. The hell are you talking about? That shit don't make no goddamn sense. Are you crazy? Hell no. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not going, bruh. I'm not going. And then secondly, when you start to look at all of this crazy shit these motherfuckers doing, bro, these motherfuckers, bro, they targeted a fucking all-girls school in Iran, killed over 100 fucking people in that bitch, bro. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Hold on, let me pull this shit up. They killed over 100 little fucking kids, man. Yo, this shit was so fucking sad, bro. I'm looking at this shit, I'm just like, man, these niggas, bro. And then on top of that, they killed the fucking Ayatollah. They killed the goddamn Ayatollah, bro. Just try, you know, it's just wild, bro. Let me pull this shit up. I was disgusted when I saw this shit. Hold on, let me pull this up. And not only did they kill the fucking Ayatollah, they killed the Ayatollah. They killed his daughter. They killed his son-in-law, and they killed his grandbaby. Like they was just like wild with the shit. crazy. Look at this shit going on. Look at this shit. Supreme leaders, that's the Ayatollah, daughter, grandson, and son-in-law killed by the U.S.-Israel strikes. Killed all these motherfuckers. Just, like, that shit's crazy, bro. Bombs going off left and fucking right. Look at this shit. Jerusalem. They get their lick back.
نفل واو نفيلة
They dropped the bomb over there. They're trying to get their lick back. They're trying to get their lick back. This is in Bahrain. Look at this shit. Oh.
بطيح يا علي سدد يا الله يا الله يا صاحب الزمان الله أكبر.
That's crazy. Look at this shit right here. Them motherfuckers is coming out the sky, nigga. Look at that motherfucker. Blue! Nigga, them bitches. Fuck. Look at this shit right here. Nah. See, they busting off at Bahrain because you gotta understand, Iran is surrounded by like 50 fucking United States bases. So they busting at Bahrain, they busting at the UAE, Dubai, they busting off at everybody because they trying to bust off at all of the fucking United States bases. Like, look at this shit real quick. Yeah, look at this shit real quick. Where is it? Is it right here? Oh, here it is right here. Yeah, here it is right here. So this is why, if you look, this is why they busting off like that. Because you got Iran right here in the middle. And this is why they busting off at Bahrain. They busting off at Qatar. They busting off at the UAE, Dubai. They busting off everywhere because they trying to fuck up them goddamn bases because they're surrounded. Like, they're literally fucking surrounded. Like, this shit is not finna end good for them. This is not going to end good for them. If they do got, you know what I'm saying, one of them things, that's probably going to be their last hurrah. They finna just bust off about 4 or 5 of them hoes, and they finna go down with the ship and say, fuck it. But, yeah, like, you got so many bases surrounding these motherfuckers, it's like, it's really nowhere for them to go. So this is why they busting off in Bahrain, busting off in Qatar, and they shooting at Israel. Like, they shooting them bitches off every fucking well. No. China and Russia is actually not leaving them out to dry. They actually got weapons. They got drones from China. I don't know if you heard the news, but they actually got drones from China. But they're not leaving them out to dry. But it's kind of like with the Ukraine, how America is just feeding Ukraine weapons. That's like what China and fucking Russia doing. They know they can't get involved. Because that's really going to be World War III. That's really going to be World War III. Them motherfuckers try to stay out of this shit. Like those are 2 countries with nukes. And, like, the crazy part about it is these motherfuckers is like, oh, man, Iran, you know, shouldn't have nuclear weapons. Bro, the only reason they going up in that bitch is because they know they don't got nuclear weapons. If these motherfuckers had nukes, man, they wouldn't be going up in there, bro. They would not be going up in there. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. This is that's the strike on the Ayatollah's compound. Damn. Bro, look at this shit, bro. Imagine you just driving this truck and you just chilling, right? You just going about your business. You just going about your fucking business. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. You ain't thinking about nothing because this is when they struck. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. You just going about your fucking business, driving the truck, going to wherever the fuck you going. And then these motherfuckers just drop a fucking bomb and just vaporize your ass. And that's it, nigga. You don't even get a second thought. You don't even get a second thought. You don't even know what the fuck, like you don't even get half a second to think, like, damn, I'm hit. Yo, I'm hurt. You don't get nothing. Like, you just vaporize, nigga, and it's a wrap. Boom, it's over. They drop a bomb on that shit. It's a wrap. Done. Look at that shit. You don't even get a second thought. Look how they dropping bombs on them shits and just, nigga, dunzo, nigga, gone. That shit a wrap. You don't get a chance to even think, to even have a second fucking thought. You don't, bro. I would think that you don't even feel pain. It's just boom, you out of there. You don't even feel no fucking pain. You don't even feel no motherfucking pain. You just gone. That's crazy. And they fucking up like residences, bro. Like, that's crazy to me. They're not even going after military targets. They just blowing shit the fuck up. I saw on the news, it said that they done dropped like over 500, America in Israel done dropped like 500 fucking bombs. So we don't really even know the extent of this shit. There's just like a few things that we see here. We don't even see the full extent. Look at all that shit. Bro, you see all them fucking lights? Nigga, those are bombs, nigga. All of them fucking lights. Look at them shits. What? They trying to shoot some of them shits down. Oh, they shooting a few of them down. They shot another one down at the bottom down here. And look. Some bitches going, nigga. This is Iran. Aftermath of Iran missile attack on Tel Aviv. This is Iran shot a missile into Israel. That's crazy. And the crazy part about it is Israel told everybody to go underground, and then they just went to busting their shit off. So when Iran shoot back, everybody underground. This shit crazy. Trump on reports of Ayatollah death. We feel that it's a correct story. Yeah, they got him. They got him. That's crazy though. I don't even know what the fuck he was even doing in that compound. They must have dropped like a bunker busting bomb on his ass, cause I don't see how the fuck. And you know these niggas is not in the motherfucking White House. They in some kind of room. Look, you could tell how they just threw this shit over the shit. Look like they in some kind of barn or something. Like look at this shit. Like, these niggas is not in the motherfucking White House. They just threw this black shit over. You know. Who knows where the fuck these niggas is at? Because the president of Israel, that's this bitch in Germany. He in fucking Germany. Like, these, they know what's up. You be crazy if you think that fucking Trump is in fucking America right now. This nigga probably in Turks and Caicos or some shit like that. Yeah, they killed Khomeini. Yeah, they wildin'. want to show this. Damn. They dropping bombs on the military base. They blowing that shit the fuck up, nigga. God damn. That shit crazy. That shit looking crazy. That's a drone. You can hear this shit flying all slow. That's a drone. But nigga, you gotta have balls to be at your window, nigga. What? You gotta have balls, bruh. You gotta have balls to be even record that shit, nigga. Ain't no fucking way I'm about to be at my window with a fucking drone coming my way. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. A drone coming, what? Nigga, I ain't got the balls to be sitting there to do that shit, man. Let me riding your niggas is on some other shit. Them niggas is wild. These are the fucking bombs going off for they fucking destroyers and shit.
אלפא על המטרה. נפל.
I was a drone. Yo, these niggas is packed somewhere in Iran screaming death to America. Yo, can you be mad at these motherfuckers screaming death to America, bro? Can you really be mad at these people screaming death to America? I remember when them Iraqi niggas was packed up saying that shit, death to America, fuck these niggas. I remember that shit. And them niggas dropped bombs on them niggas and cleared that shit the fuck out in 2 seconds flat. Like back in 05 or whatever. Like, I remember that shit, bro. God damn, I don't even know if I can show this shit. Hold on. Oh, no, I can't show that. Fuck no. They gonna take my channel down if I show that. Hell no. Damn. These motherfuckers are attacking residential buildings, bro. They're attacking residential buildings. And that was a drone. They're attacking residential buildings. Damn. God damn. Holy shit. Yeah, man, China hipped their ass. They gave them the motherfucking drones, nigga. China hipped them. They're like, here you go, nigga. $12,000 a piece, nigga. $12,000 a piece. You can put your motherfucking bomb on this goddamn drone. You can fly it to that motherfucking building. That shit crazy. Oh man, this the shit right here. I saw this shit. This shit hurt me. Israeli strike on Manab Girls School killed 160. I can't even play this video, bro. Can't even play that video, man. Little girls, man. An all girls school. They just killed 160 motherfucking people, bro. Sad shit. Damn. God. Crazy shit.
هذا
Drone hits Kuwait International Airport. Damn.
ايه
Yeah, man, it's going down, man. It's going down over there in the Middle East.
درون درون
Drone.
لا بس ضربت.
If you think for 1 second that this shit is about to end in a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, nigga, you crazy. They just killed the fucking Ayatollah, his goddamn son, son-in-law, his daughter, his grandchild. Man, they not. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. They got beds everywhere, nigga. They done set up a motherfucking triage. Look at this. It's beds everywhere. They just waiting. It's beds everywhere. They got hospital beds everywhere, nigga, because shit is about to get crazy in a minute. They got hospital beds everywhere because it's about to get like that. It's about to get like that. Look at this shit. They got this shit set up. They know this shit about to get ugly. They know it. Look at it. Look at this. You got beds over there all to your right. Look on your right hand side. You got beds all over there. This shit look like a fucking a parking garage that they repurposed. Look like they repurposed the parking garage and just put beds in the motherfuckers. Look at that. Beds all over there to your left. Beds everywhere. God damn. Yeah, that's the fucked up part, bro, because it is unprovoked, dog. That shit is unprovoked. These fucking Iraqi niggas wasn't finna do shit to nobody, dog. Donald Trump told us that he totally obliterated their nuclear capability. Like, what the fuck more you want from these people? Now they just gonna go massacre these people, and the only reason you can't call it a fucking genocide, which is what the fuck they're gonna do, is because the Iranians can actually fight back, whereas the Palestinians couldn't fight back. The Palestinians couldn't fucking fight back. But it's about to be a bloodbath and essentially a fucking genocide of the goddamn Iranian people. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, like, there's gonna be 250,000 to 500,000 people that's about to fucking die. Easy. And this shit is not gonna last just a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. Bro, I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if this shit go on for 5 years. I wouldn't be surprised if this shit go on for 5 years to where they capture they capture the capital, and then there's just constant fighting on the outskirts. Like, I would not be surprised if this shit just go on that long, because that's pretty much what happened in Afghanistan and Iraq. Like, it was constant fighting for damn near 20 fucking years, bro. Like, them niggas just, you think these niggas just finna go out and just finna wave the white flag and be like, all right, you got us? No. That's not what the fuck, that's not how they live their life, nigga. They not on that type of time. Yeah, this is the strike right here that they say that killed the Ayatollah, because this is his compound right here. Now, this is the part that confuses me, is that they've been saying for like 2 days that they finna go to war with Iran, and he's chilling at the compound. And they just dropped some thermonuclear shit and just lay waste to that bitch. Boom, just out of there. And then, because at first I was like, you know what? It's no way, because I remember when this happened, I was like, there's no way the Ayatollah is in that fucking building. There's no way he's in that compound. But then when I saw this shit, I saw like 10, 12 niggas running. I was like, yo, he's gotta be in there because that's his security. That's his security. So his security sees the bomb drop on the compound. So there's security inside and there's security outside. This is the outside security. They see the bomb drop on the motherfucking compound. So they're like, oh shit, there's nothing else to secure now. Let's get the fuck out of here. And watch what the fucking United States do. Just unrelenting. Just like, this is a fucking war crime. Look at this. Look at this shit, bro. Like a video game. Look at where they aim this shit at. They don't aim it at a person. They aim it at the middle. Look, see this? Look at this. They aim it at the middle to where when that bomb drop, it blows up every bitch around it. Like a video game. Don't aim at a person. Aim at the middle to where when the bitch blow up, it kill everybody. Look at that. Look at that. Just kill everybody, bro. This shit, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. Look at that shit. Blow up the compound, and then boom. That's crazy, bro. That shit's crazy. Niggas is trying to move, and then boom. Bro, niggas ain't even thinking, bro. You just chilling. You out and about, walking around, and next thing you just hear shit blow the fuck up. You like, what the fuck? And then you go to booking it, and then after about 6 or 7 steps, nigga, it's over. Can't even think again, can't breathe again, can't blink again. It's a wrap, nigga. Damn. Look at that shit, dog. God damn. Niggas just walking. Blow up the whole fucking compound. Look at this shit. Niggas scatter. Oh, got you. They didn't even show us the rest because you know they started picking niggas off. You know they started picking niggas off. Like, bro, this is a fucking war crime, bro. These are not even fucking combatants, dog. They're not combatants. You got the person that you was trying to get. If you're going to say that the Ayatollah was a part of the regime that you were trying to suss out because, you know, he was this or that, you got him with that strike. Why the fuck do you got to kill these niggas? These niggas ain't next up to be the fucking Ayatollah. Like, these are just, you know, guards. Nothing ass niggas, you know, not to say it like that, but like, these are just niggas that's just getting paid to guard this shit. And now these niggas is dead. Like, what the fuck is that, bro? Crazy shit. Hold on. I saw this shit here. This shit. Let me see if they got it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this the shit. Yeah, this the one that I saw this shit here, bro. This shit was crazy. I saw this backpack right here of a little girl that they blew the fuck up. They blew up a little girl and she just had a little blood-stained backpack, bro. You know what the fuck happened to her. Head probably went one little way, arm probably went another way. Just blew these little girls up, bro. All girls school. Just killed these motherfuckers like fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. Like, come on, man. Like, this shit's not good, dog. This is not good. This shit is just not good. What the fuck is going on, man? It's not good, bro. So, I wanted this to play this because when we was in Iraq for 20 fucking years, bro, We spent $8 fucking trillion on that fucking war. Niggas don't know how much money that is, but I want to allow this brother to explain this shit so you can kind of understand. So let me play this video just for a brief moment. Check this out.
This episode and others like it are made possible by the generous support of my patrons on Patreon. If you'd like to help support this channel and get early access to every video, consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/secondthought. If you've turned on the news in the past few weeks, odds are you've seen plenty of coverage of the disastrous situation in Afghanistan. The current state of things has been a long time coming, and now that the longest war in US history is finally coming to a humiliating and long-predicted end, we can tally up the cost of this absurd, irresponsible conflict and assess what was gained, what was lost, and what the average American should take away from this latest episode in US imperialism. In this video, we're going to dive into the cost of the war.
Now, it's funny because he's talking about Afghanistan, so this is 4 years ago, when we finally pulled out of that motherfucker. This is 4 years ago when we finally pulled out. So check this out.
War in Afghanistan, and consider how we could have more effectively spent that $2.25 trillion. Over the course of the last 2 decades,
that's the crazy part. It wasn't even 2, it was actually 8.
The world's largest, most well-funded military, under the direction of several different presidents, and with a budget exceeding $2 trillion, successfully achieved regime change from the Taliban to the Taliban. Congratulations, everyone. Mission accomplished. I'm obviously being sarcastic here, but it's important to note that in reality, the US mission was accomplished. The mission of pursuing an incredibly lucrative, prolonged conflict that maintained US dominance over a region far away from American citizens' everyday life. Over the entire 2-decade period, the American public was reassured by military officials, White House spokespeople, and multiple US presidents that everything was going fine, that we were having a positive impact in Afghanistan. This, of course, was a lie. According to documents obtained under the Freedom of Information Act, elected officials and military leadership knew full well that our occupation of Afghanistan was not just ineffective, but incredibly damaging and counterproductive to the officially stated US goals in the region. Those goals being...
They knew it was effective, but every president that preceded the current president, they had to keep the shit fucking going. They had to keep it fucking going because they didn't want to be the president to pull out and to look at it as we lost a fucking war. They didn't want to pull out and be like, oh, well, you know, we lost this war. Let's just wash our hands. And we done spent fucking trillions of dollars. Done got countless fucking soldiers killed, harmed, and countless of our soldiers killed, harmed, and maimed. And on top of that, we done killed 500,000 fucking Iraqis. Like, Iraqis and Afghanis put together 500,000 people. They didn't want it to look like that. So this is why they just kept doing this shit.
Being the usual spreading of freedom and democracy. Anyone who's been paying attention for the last, 100 years should understand by now that freedom and democracy are never the real aims of the United States. As you watch the news coverage of teary-eyed American soldiers returning home and describing how hard we fought for peace, there are some figures we need to keep in mind. Now, remember that there are plenty of well-meaning US soldiers. There are plenty of truly twisted ones too. But do not consider these statistics an indictment on each individual service member. That being said, what these soldiers represent is considered by most of the world to be the greatest force for death and oppression in modern history. The death toll of US involvement in Afghanistan is almost too horrible to think about. Leaving aside military combatants, since the beginning of the war, our brutal occupation of Afghanistan has resulted in the death of over 71,000 civilians. Many of those killed were children. Between 2005 and 2019, the US was responsible for the killing or maiming of over 26,000 children. That's an average of 5 children irreparably maimed or killed every day for 14 years. Between 2016 and 2020, a period of just 4 years out of the total 20, US airstrikes claimed the lives of over 2,000 civilians and severely wounded another 2,000. Of those casualties, a full 40% were children, and things haven't gotten better over time. In the first half of 2021, the UN documented a record number of women and children killed or wounded in Afghanistan. The sheer human cost of the war, leaving aside all the geopolitical and economic implications, is simply staggering. But to this day, despite all the evidence to the contrary, those in power continue to claim that the war was in the name of freedom, democracy, and stability. That is a lie, plain and simple. We need to recognize the war in Afghanistan for what it was, a massive transfer of wealth from the American people to the military-industrial complex, at tremendous cost of human life, both American and, to a much greater extent, Afghan. And since the war in Afghanistan accomplished nothing except that massive upward transfer of wealth,
Hold on real quick. He's only talking about the Afghani war. He's not even bringing in the Iraqis.
it's only reasonable to wonder, what if? What if we didn't spend that money to murder innocent people halfway around the world, and instead spent it to better the lives of people right here at home? What exactly did we miss out on? How could that $2.25 trillion have been better spent? Now, dissecting the war itself will be quite the undertaking, and that's a topic that deserves its own video. So for now, we're just going to focus on the cost. Let's look at some numbers. The war in Afghanistan, the longest armed conflict in US history, cost $2.26 trillion between 2001 and 2021, or $300 million per day, every day, for 2 decades. That sum is...
Can you believe that we spent $300 million a fucking day? When America was too busy, when Americans say, hey, we want universal health care, and they ask you, well, where's the money going to come from? Well, we want this or we want that. And they say, well, where's the money going to come from? Meanwhile, these motherfuckers were spending $3 million a fucking day. They were spending $3 million a fucking day. Shit, my bad, 300 million. There's 300 million people in America. They would have been better off for those 20 years just giving every man, woman, and child $1 million fucking dollars. But they chose to spend this fucking money killing fucking Arabs over in the fucking Middle East for damn near 20 fucking years. You mean to tell me for 20 years they could have gave each and every fucking citizen, man, woman, and child $1 million a fucking day? They could have given every man, woman, and child $1 million a fucking day. But they chose to spend $300 million a day, which is how many people we have here in America, 315 million. They chose to spend this money going to war. $300 million a fucking day, my nigga. Think. Stop thinking about left or right. Stop thinking about leftists or rightist. Stop thinking about Democrat or Republican. Look at the fucking money they're spending. This is the money they're spending, and then they tell you they don't have nothing for you. And they don't have nothing for you. And you're 100% right, Heru. The weapons manufacturers benefit all of this shit. They benefit all. Come on. But they can't give you a dime. They want to cut your food stamps from getting fucking $200 down to $150 because they got to spend $300 million a day over in the Middle East. Are you kidding me?
almost unfathomable.
But they'll tell you some fucking single mother in the middle of Iowa, she's the fucking problem. And why the country's so fucked up. No. It's not only her. It's some immigrant that's the fucking problem. It's not the $300 million a fucking day for 20 years that we spent over in the fucking Middle East. It's some fucking single mother. It's some fucking immigrant. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. What the hell are you talking about? What are you not seeing? How the fuck do you continue to vote for these people when these motherfuckers are the ones that are going to spend $300 million a day? They could have given every single man, woman, and baby $1 million a day for 20 fucking years, but they chose to use this shit on war. But when you need formula for your fucking child, they tell you no. When you don't, when you lose your job or you get fired or whatever the fuck the case, they tell you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and fuck you. This is what they tell you. But they spent $300 million a day on this? Killing, maiming, destroying people's fucking lives, totally eradicating people's family lines. This is what we spent our money on. But they tell you, fuck you. You get nothing. Oh, maybe you should have just went to college. Maybe you should have just chose a better a thing to go to school for. It's your fault. Maybe you should have been a plumber. Maybe you could make $25 an hour. But they spent $300 million a fucking day. This is what they tell us as American citizens. You chose to work at McDonald's. You chose to work at Burger King. But they spent $300 million a fucking... Man, let me play it.
I often use billionaires like Jeff Bezos as an example of extreme, absurd levels of wealth. The cost of the war in Afghanistan exceeds the net worth of Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and the next 30 richest billionaires in the US combined. And that's not all. Experts predict that by 2050, the cost of our interest payments alone will tip the scales at $6.5 trillion. For nothing. For less than nothing. For the senseless murder of thousands of human beings and the continued destabilization.
At this point, if you look at the debt, we're going to be paying. So if you look at the debt, we're going to be paying about $40 billion a month. We're going to be paying 40. No, hold on. Hold on. What was it? I think it was like, no, it's $400 billion a month. Within the next 10 years, with our debt, the way how we're going to be paying $400 billion a month. I'm going to pull up the calculator to show you. We're going to be paying $400 billion a fucking month in debt because of this war, because of the fucking cuts that Donald Trump and all of these motherfuckers gave to the rich. And you know what's going to happen when this society fail? They're just going to go to another country. They're going to take their 747 jet or whatever the fuck they got, and they're just going to go to another country and start over there. They're going to be billionaires. Like these billionaires don't give a fuck about you. They would just go to fucking Germany. They would just go to fucking Spain. They don't give a fuck. These motherfuckers have enough money to live 50 fucking thousand lifetimes. They don't care if America falls. They don't care if America falls or another fucking country lay waste to this shit. They don't give a fuck. They got enough money. They have their exit strategy and exit plan is to use their money to get the fuck out. Their exit strategy is to use their money to get close enough to the fucking president to where they can say, okay, Mr. President, what are we going to do here? Mr. President going to say, yo, I'm getting the fuck out of here. You know what they're going to do? They're going to get the fuck out. They know that America is a failed state. So they sucking it dry for everything that's left of it.
Of an entire region. Okay, let's break down that $2.25 trillion figure. The largest line item, $933 billion, was allocated to the Overseas Contingency Operations budget for the ironically named Department of Defense. The next largest chunk, $530 billion.
Let's pause, man, because first what we need to do is pay attention to what the fuck 1 billion is, bro. 1 billion is 999 million fucking dollars. It's $1,000 million is what the fuck it is, bro. Like, that's a lot of fucking money, dog.
Represents interest payments by the US on the money we borrowed to fund the war. Keep in mind, that's only up to this point. $443 billion went to additions to the Defense Department budget, $296 billion to veterans' medical and disability care, and $59 billion to the State Department war budget. It's important to note that this massive $2 trillion sum does not include ongoing care for veterans or future interest payments. It also does not include the budget for clandestine operations undertaken by the CIA, such as suspected US involvement in the opium trade. For example, while the US military was purportedly guarding opium fields to put a dent in the lucrative drug trade, opium production tripled between 2000 and 2014, and by 2015, Afghanistan was producing 90% of the world's opium poppy. The only...
Look at that. They in the motherfucking poppy fields. In them poppy fields. Why the fuck didn't America blow that shit up? I wonder the fuck why. I wonder why.
Conclusions to be drawn here are either that the US military is grossly incompetent at keeping an eye on flowers, or that once again, we secretly cut ourselves in on an incredibly profitable illegal trade. It wouldn't be the first time US agencies have been involved in drug trafficking. So, $2.26 trillion, which will likely increase to $6.5 trillion by 2050. That's a lot of money to play with. Let's reallocate some of those funds, shall we? We'll start with one enormous high-ticket item, just for fun. It's common knowledge that US transportation infrastructure is severely lacking, to the point where our public transit system is considered a joke around the world. We have essentially no high-speed rail system, or HSR, to speak of, something that residents of many other countries take for granted. China is the gold standard when it comes to railways, with nearly 38,000 kilometers of HSR, both the longest and most heavy.
That's not even correct anymore. He says China has 30,000 kilometers of HSR. Hold on, let me look this up because I think it's somewhere close to fucking like 100. Hold on. That shit is different. Yeah, now they got 50,000. So this video is from 4 years ago. Now they got 50,000. They don't got 38,000 no more. They got 50,000.
Heavily used in the world, China have proven themselves to have mastered the art of building efficient and effective long-range public transportation. Thanks to thorough medium and long-term planning, and more recently, thanks to a decade's worth of experience constructing their railways, China has been able to get the production cost of HSR down to between $17 and $21 million per kilometer. That's roughly 2/3 the cost of other industrialized countries, and about 1/3 the cost of the US's one high-speed rail project, located in California and touting an eye-watering price tag of $56 million per kilometer. The US could learn a lot from the rest of the developed world, and if we really wanted to, we could adopt similar practices or even work with these nations to whittle down the price of our own railway projects. But let's assume that we don't do that. A safe assumption, in my opinion. If US leadership one day blew a fuse and decided, you know what, nationwide high-speed rail, even at the $56 million per kilometer price, we could build the world's largest high-speed rail system with the Afghanistan war budget. Let's do some math. The US is home to roughly 47,000 kilometers of interstate highway. 47,000 kilometers times $56 million equals 2.6.
Hold on, just pause for 1 second and think. Just pause for 1 second and think. America has, with our interstate system, we have 47,000 kilometers of interstate highways and shit. China has built 50,000 kilometers of high-speed rail. So they have surpassed our fucking interstate system with high-speed rail. They've passed our interstate system with just high-speed rail. That's crazy.
$3 trillion. We could
and it's $1.50 to get on the motherfucking train to get to where the fuck you gotta go. You could go from the bottom of the country to the top of the fucking country for $1.50 fucking cent. For $1.50, you can go from the bottom of the country to the top of the country. You can't do that in America, bro. You can't even leave your own fucking county off of $1.50 worth of fucking gas. You can't get to the next fucking stop sign on $1.50 worth of gas.
Replace almost every single mile of the massive US interstate system with high-speed rail with the budget of a war that accomplished absolutely nothing. Of course, this is an extreme example. Replacing the entire interstate system with HSR would be quite the undertaking. But if you scale the project back a bit, we could very easily implement high-speed rail between many major US cities, thereby offering Americans a faster, safer, more sustainable way to travel around the country. It would completely change the way the country operates, and significantly reduce our nation's carbon emissions. Just to put something on paper for the rest of our hypothetical, let's plop down 3 massive interstate tracks of high-speed rail. Dallas.
Right, and before he does that, let's just make this clear when we're talking about high-speed rail. We're not talking about some bullshit train you get on that goes like 50 or 60 miles an hour. No, we talk about the motherfucking trains that go half the fucking speed of airplanes, nigga. Them shits are that fucking fast. They go half the speed of airplanes. So if you go from here to there and the shit may take you an hour to get there on a plane, this shit finna take you fucking 2 hours to get there. And niggas is spending $1.50 in China to get there versus you spending $150, $200 to go from here to there. You want to go from Charlotte to Tennessee, nigga, you got to put up $100. But if you got high-speed rail, and then that's a 30, 45-minute flight. But with high-speed rail, you put $1.50 in that bitch, hey, you'll get there in an hour and a half, but it's $1.50 fucking cent. It's $1.50. Man, we're fucked.
Dallas to New York City at 2,490 kilometers, Dallas to LA at 2,311, and DC to Seattle at 4,443, for a total of 9,244 kilometers. These 3 lines, with stops along the way, would make a huge difference when it comes to traveling cross-country or between states, and would come with a price tag of approximately $517.6 billion. Subtract that from our $2.26 trillion budget, and we're left with $1.74 trillion. With one major project complete, let's move on to tackling another challenge: healthcare.
So hold on, so with the money that we would have spent in that fucking useless ass war, we could have had high speed rail, cheap as fuck for $1, $2 to get anywhere in the fucking country off of $2 fucking dollars. This is what the fuck we could have had. But no, fuck that. Let's spend the money on war. Let's go. He got more shit.
It's not uncommon to see Americans saddled with tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars of medical debt. We have the most expensive healthcare in the world by far. On average, our per capita expenditure on healthcare is $11,000, twice the comparable country average. You'd think we'd get excellent care for that premium, but no.
Nope.
Among our peer nations, our healthcare metrics are objectively worse in most categories. Among these categories are critical factors like infant mortality.
So we pay the most in healthcare, and we get the worst fucking healthcare of all so-called modern nations. We get the worst fucking healthcare, and we pay the fucking most. So then when you ask, you say, well, how about if we just get universal healthcare? So I don't have to pay fucking $200-$300 a month. I could just pay maybe $10-$15 a month, but everybody pays $10-$15 a month. No. We don't want that. Because you know what people are going to say? Man, I don't want to pay for nobody else's health care. Fuck them. Fuck them. But you know what it also does? It would totally obliterate and destroy a whole sector of workers. It would totally destroy all of these motherfucking useless motherfuckers that you call to say, hey, well, you know, can you approve this for me? Can you approve that? It kills all of that shit because everything is approved. So you don't have to call to see if you can get something approved. No, if you have a problem with something, you fucking go to the goddamn hospital and see what it would also foster. What it would also foster is so many people don't go to the hospital. So many people don't go to the hospital until the shit done got so bad to where they gotta go. It would foster people going to the hospital more to get checkups. Most people don't go to the fucking hospital the 4 or 5 times a year how they're supposed to do. You wanna know why? Because niggas ain't got insurance. Niggas ain't got insurance. So they don't keep up on their body. They don't keep up on their fucking health. And if healthcare was free to everybody, more people would go. But you know what they say? Well, see, what's going to happen is you won't be able to pay your doctors as much. Well, what the fuck are you paying the fucking doctors? Because now with the healthcare system, it's all fucking bloated with all type of fucked up bureaucracy and all type of fucking administration fees and this fee and that fee and this fee and that fee and all this other shit. So nobody's getting the care that they need because you have literally, you have half of the money going to administration. Half of the money is going to administration. Motherfuckers that need to type in this or type in that or answer the phone for this or answer the phone. No, let's kill all of that shit. We don't need nobody to answer no phones. We don't need nobody to answer this. No, fuck that. Kill all of that shit. We got a new industry. Half of the time when you call your doctor, half of the time when you call your healthcare, the shit is AI any motherfucking ways, and they ask you 1,000 fucking questions. You can never really get to somebody unless you can navigate the fucking system, and you spend 5 minutes navigating through the fucking automated system. And then you get to somebody. And the reason why is because they'll have only like maybe 30 people fucking working, but you got 3 million people calling. It's like, yo, what the fuck that shit, man.
Quality and life expectancy at birth. To make matters worse, we're the only developed nation that doesn't provide universal healthcare to our citizens. So, in other wealthy nations, and even in many less developed ones, you can walk into a doctor's office or hospital, receive treatment, and walk out without paying a cent.
Easy. Walk into a fucking doctor's office, see a doctor, they can say what's up with you, and you walk the fuck out. Now, obviously, you're going to run into a bottleneck with certain things. Duh. But what we have to do is foster this thought, and we have to foment shit like, okay, well, let's be a doctor. Because, see, in this current lifestyle that we live, motherfuckers just want to be doctors and lawyers just to make a lot of motherfucking money. No, fuck that. We need to change that idea. Don't be a doctor because you want to make money. Don't be a lawyer because you want to make money. Do the shit for the love of the game. In America, nobody really does this shit for the love of the game no more. We just do this shit to make money. Oh, I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be this just so I can make money. Yeah, money is, the precipice. Duh, of course. But our culture is just make money. Our culture isn't, hey, let's try to help people. Look at motherfuckers. Think about it, bro. I'm going to tell you. Look at the people at a veterinarian's office. Have you ever been to a veterinarian's office when you go take your cat, your dog, or whatever? Those people genuinely love fucking animals. Why can't we produce more people that just love helping fucking people? You want to know why people don't want to fucking help people? It's because when people go to the fucking hospital, they're already on edge. They've never been to the fucking hospital. They're so fucked up. They ain't been to the hospital in fucking 10 fucking years. So now when they go, they on edge. They're whatever the fuck they got has metastasized. It's so fucking bad. We don't do that. How about we make going to the hospital? Listen, bro, I'm going to tell you, even myself, I hate going to the fucking hospital. I hate going to the doctor. But over these past few years, as I'm getting a little bit older, I'm 40 now, I'm like, yo, I got to start going to the doctor. So I see my doctor like once every 1 to 3 months. Why? Because I'm getting a little older. But when you younger, nigga, you need to be seeing that fucking doctor. If I was seeing my fucking doctor when I was younger, nigga, I wouldn't have high blood pressure. I wouldn't have high blood pressure. My doctor would have been able to tell me, hey, man, look, I see your cholesterol. I see your blood pressure. I saw you in January. The shit was a little high. I saw you in March. It was a little high. I saw you in July. It was a little high. Cut back on this, cut back on that. But we don't do that. We just don't go to the fucking doctor. As Americans, we don't fucking go. We wait till we get to like 35, 40 as women. We wait till we about to have a baby. Then we want to try to make sure we eat right. But no, we don't foster that shit as children. We don't foster that. My parents didn't take me to the fucking doctor every 2 to 3 fucking months. That wasn't a thing. But that's what it should be. You should be going to the fucking doctor at least 3 to 4 times a year so they can check you out. So they can take your blood. They can look at your levels in January, and they can then check them shits out in July, like especially if you younger, and then in November, and they can say, damn, you was looking like this in January, you was looking like this in July, and then now it's November. You need to stop what you're doing, or else you headed for high blood pressure, or else you headed for diabetes, or else you headed for this, you're headed for that. But we don't have these things, these safeguards. We don't have that because shit is so fucking high. Shit is so fucking high, you gotta pay to see the fucking doctor. Co-pays and all of this bullshit. You gotta pay to see the fucking doctor. Like, fuck that, bro. Think about it. Hold on, let me read this. Daddy Supernova says, we have a lot of conspiracies sitting around the hospital too. We are suspicious of the system as a whole. I've noticed. Yeah, bro, it's real. It's real. But you know what? The way how we get rid of those conspiracies is by going to the fucking doctor. But a lot of niggas don't go. And this is why we have these conspiracies, is because niggas don't go. Niggas don't go. And then you wake up one motherfucking day, you 45, and you got high blood pressure, and you like, damn, what the fuck? Now you got to change your, like, that's what happened to me. I woke up one fucking day, went to the fucking doctor. They was like, yo, you got high blood pressure, da-da-da. I'm like, God damn, what the fuck? Now I got to change my whole fucking eating habits, my whole fucking life habits, all of that shit. And not only do I have to do it to live, nigga, I got to do it now. Like, there's no time to waste. I got to do it now. There's no more fucking, I could just eat fried fish and fried chicken wings and just chill and eat burgers. And no, nigga, you got to do it now. Or else you ain't going to be able to live to see your daughter, you know, get older and this and this and that. Nigga, no, you got to change now. But that's what happens when you get older. That's when we go to the doctor. We don't foster this shit to where it's like, and push this shit to where you go into the doctor on a regular basis when you 16, 17, 18, 19. No, because if you was going to the doctor when you was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, your doctor is going to be able to look at your labs and say, yo, you going in the wrong direction. Because they're gonna have a breath of shit to be able to look at and be like, yo, look at all of this shit I have. I have 10 years of data that you are going the wrong way. You can't keep eating the same way that you eating. You can't just keep not working out. You have to do something about yourself, or else when you get 40, when you get 50, you may get a heart attack. You may get a fucking stroke. But what happens is, most of the times, niggas go to the hospital when they get a motherfucking stroke. And then now what they have to do, they have to totally uproot their fucking lives and change how they fucking eating and living. Instead of, if they was going to the doctor regularly, annually, wouldn't have this problem. Wouldn't have that problem.
That's all taken care of by reasonable taxes. In the US, we still pay taxes, but that money goes to things like bombs and overthrowing democratically elected governments in the global south. Instead of having our healthcare guaranteed to all, we instead have to shoulder tremendously expensive medical bills, even if we have supposedly good employer-provided healthcare. If you don't have health insurance, good luck. There's a reason so many Americans choose not to get the care they need. It's because they simply can't afford it. Okay, by this point, everyone should know that the US healthcare system is objectively terrible. It would make a whole lot more sense to do what all the other wealthy countries do and implement a universal healthcare system. What's it gonna cost? According to a Congressional Budget Office report, the most thorough and extensive of its kind, we need to consider not what it will cost to implement, but how much we'll save by implementing it.
Right. And pay attention to this very closely, because it's not about how much we're going to spend. It's about how much we're going to save. We already spend way too much fucking money. Listen.
The report is incredibly comprehensive, and if you'd like to read it yourself, I've left a link in the description. But the bottom line is this. The report took 4 proposed universal healthcare plans and ran the numbers. They found that every single one of them would save us tens or hundreds of billions of dollars per year, ranging from 42 to 743 billion.
Upwards of $740 billion. That this money can go back to the American people. That you wouldn't be spending in healthcare. This money could go back to the American people. Think about it just for a second. There's only 315 million Americans. But over $700 billion can go back to us. That can go into the likes of parks. That could go into to the likes of free movie theaters. That could go into the likes of so many things that we want to do as people that can allow us to live long, prosperous fucking lives. Old folks' homes, shit like that. But that money doesn't fucking go there. It goes into the coffers, into the fucking hands of the healthcare system. $700 billion fucking dollars that us as Americans could be paying less. That the government could just extract all of that shit and give that back to the fucking American people. To where, listen, you could be a right wing, whatever the fuck, and say all of this other shit. Who the fuck, bro, would not want an extra $700 billion fucking dollars to come back to us in the form of free college, schools, pre-K to 12th grade schools, all of this shit. We could pay our teachers more. We could pay our doctors more. We could pay so many people more fucking money. But instead, we take that fucking money. We take that money and we put it into the hands of these motherfucking corporations. We don't give it back to the fucking people. We put it in the hands of corporations. And niggas call me crazy and they say, oh, you a communist and you a socialist. Man, fuck that. So what if I'm a communist? What about this $700 billion that we could actually put not in your pocket, but we can use this money to actually help you in your daily life? What about the single mother? Oh, she's a single mother. So what, bro? How about we help her? To where that son or that daughter that she has, because there was a single mother one day, once upon a time, and she had a LeBron James. What about that? Do we think about that at all anymore? There was a single mother once upon a time, and she had a fucking LeBron James. Do we want to take this $700 billion and put it into the fucking people? Or are we too worried about, oh, this person's getting a free ride, or that person's getting a free ride, or this person's getting something for free? Or do we want to say, hey, let's put this to where it's needed? Have you ridden through the fucking city and got your tire popped by a fucking pothole? Let's put that money into the city. Come on, think about this, man. It's not even always about what's left and what's right. It's about what's wrong and what's right. Think about it.
Then, just to show the most extreme end of implementation costs, they developed a fifth hypothetical system, a program with high payment rates to providers and drug companies and low cost sharing for individuals, and added long-term support and services. Even under this unrealistic model, spending only increased by $290 billion per year, less than half of what we spend on death and destruction every year. Of course, no one is suggesting we implement this needlessly expensive approach. But just for the sake of this hypothetical, let's say we did adopt the unreasonably expensive model. If we take that number, plus the $517.6 billion for our shiny new high-speed rail system, and subtract that from our Afghanistan war budget, that still leaves us with $1.45 trillion.
God damn.
At this point, you're probably thinking, wow, okay, we've solved two of the biggest problems facing the US and we've only spent a third of our budget. And remember, modern public transportation and universal healthcare are always cast as too expensive and infeasible, and yet US leadership dumped far more money into a war they knew wasn't effective. It's almost like those in power don't actually care about improving the lives of their people, but rather about enriching themselves and their corporate donors at the expense of human life around the world. Let's continue. The US faces a pretty severe homelessness crisis, which will only get worse as the coming waves of evictions rip through the country. According to one government report, it would cost $20 billion to end homelessness for good, not $20 billion.
Pause. $20 billion out of the $2 trillion just from the Afghani war. $20 billion can fix homelessness. 20 billion? Do you know how much the fuck 20 billion is from 2 trillion? That's less than 1%. That's less than 1%.
Dollars per year, a one-time investment of $20 billion. We could end homelessness permanently for $20 billion, an amount that barely registers against the Afghanistan war budget. The fact that we have so many people without the basic necessity of shelter is a national embarrassment, and is in direct contrast to the myth that the US is the greatest nation on earth. If we can't even provide for the most basic needs of our people, what good are we? Frankly, we should put an end to homelessness simply because it's the right thing to do. But since this is America we're talking about, a one-time investment of $20 billion will save us money in the long run. The federal government spends just shy of $3 billion per year on funding programs that address homelessness. A little quick math should tell you that a one-time investment would pay for itself in just 7 years. That's just good business sense. There is absolutely no reason we couldn't end homelessness this year. It would just require a shifting of our priorities, away from violence and oppression abroad, and towards decency and compassion at home. Okay, we've solved public transportation, healthcare, and homelessness, and we still have $1.43 trillion left.
Wow. After solving those three problems, so with transportation, you can get anywhere in the fucking country on $1.50. You can get anywhere in the country on $1.50. Solve that problem of transportation, you don't need a car. Problem number 2, healthcare. We solved that shit. You don't need to pay shit. Just go in to see a doctor. You get seen, whatever. Problem number 3, homelessness. $20 billion for less than 0.5% out of the $2 trillion. Boom. That's gonzo. Done. This is what me and leftists, this is what the fuck we're fighting and arguing for. Just these fucking 3 things alone, bro. We can clear this shit. We can clear this shit and get it the fuck out of there. But our representatives don't want to fucking do it.
Get the picture yet? It is incredibly difficult to spend this much money, even when tackling very expensive challenges like the ones we've mentioned. There are plenty of problems we could address. From rebuilding crumbling infrastructure, to starting the transition away from fossil fuels, to electrifying airlines, to investing in sustainable agriculture, to funding climate change mitigation efforts. The point is, US leadership will never take the initiative to...
You know what? Speaking of agriculture, if Donald Trump wanted to get into like his bullshit trade war that he did, and if we had $2 or $3 trillion in the coffers, and he was like, nah, fuck that, we're gonna bring up the tariffs, he could have just cut a check for like 40 billion or whatever to all of the fucking farmers, and we could have still had $2 trillion in the fucking coffers. But they don't run government this way. They don't run government this way. Nobody would feel no type of way. Nobody would be like, well, why the fuck are you bailing out the goddamn farmers? The reason why we get so mad and complain about bailing out the farmers is because these farmers are these motherfuckers who are racist as fuck and hate other people, and they voted for Donald Trump, and now that they're getting fucked, now they want to get bailed out that he's fucking them. This is why we say, nah, you farmers, fuck y'all. Like hold that L. Hold that L. But it wouldn't even have to be that way. But see, this is what countries like China do. These motherfuckers got $2 trillion in their kitty to where they could do whatever the fuck they want to do with it. China has $2 trillion in their kitty. Whatever sector that may be struggling or whatever. Think about it, bro. They charge 50 cents to go from this city to that city. Think about this for a second. If you want to go from this city to that city, they charge 50 cents. You want to go from this city to that other province or whatever the fuck, they'll charge $1. But the way how they're able to pay for that shit is because they make so much money in other ventures, so they can have this extra money. So this is why the government controls, the government in China controls their phone service. You don't have to worry about paying, I gotta go to T-Mobile and see which one is the cheapest. Do I go to T-Mobile, or do I go to Verizon, or do I go to, no. The government controls it, and everybody just pays fucking $10 a month. Everybody just pay $10 a month. Because you don't have to worry about these motherfucking companies competing and all of this other shit. Nope. The government pays for everything. The government pays for you to go from this city to that city. It's $1.50. Get on the fucking train and go wherever the fuck you want to go. If you want to get on the plane, yeah, you're going to pay a little bit more. If you worried about your heating or your AC, the government controls that. You ain't got to worry about Duke Energy or Georgia Power or fuck that. Because all of these motherfuckers are trying to make money. Duke Energy, Georgia Power, their rates go up every fucking year because they're trying to make money. But the government of China, they're not trying to make money. There's nobody for them to compete with. So they're trying to give you the cheapest prices. This is why they pay the cheapest fucking prices when it comes to their energy. When it comes to like their light bill and shit. That shit is cheap as fuck. $15, $20 a month. Why? Because it's a monopoly. But see, in America, you have a monopoly on, because think about it. In America, you have a monopoly on who you pay your light bill to. You have a light bill, and it is a monopoly. And that's why they can charge you whatever the fuck they want to charge you. So whenever these motherfuckers decide, hey, we want to make more money, your bill goes up. But in China, your bill doesn't fucking go up because there is no profit motive. Nobody's trying to make any fucking money. There's not one person at the top, one billionaire stockbroker saying, hey, I need to make more money, so let's charge everybody else that's getting this fucking power. Let's charge everybody an extra $10. Nobody's doing that. It's government owned. The government owns the shit. And niggas is so stupid, they're like, oh man, that sounds like too much control. Really, nigga? Really? That sounds like too much fucking control? And then they'll tell you stupid shit like, oh, well, in China, you have all of these motherfuckers that they track you and all of this. Bro, stop it. In America, walk outside of your fucking house. If a Tesla passes by, you're being tracked, nigga. So many cars today have fucking tracking devices on these motherfuckers. Your phone has tracking devices on them. Why the fuck are you so afraid of being tracked? See, in America, the reason why we're afraid of being tracked is because we don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers are going to do with this data. It's because these companies are privately owned and they can do and finagle the data. But in China, nigga, that shit is going to the government. The government is tracking you. And they're not doing nothing with it. They're not trying to sell your data. They're not trying to fuck with you. No, they're just trying to make sure everything is all right. Who gives a fuck? Nigga, there's nowhere the fuck you can go in America to where there's not a camera on you or some other bullshit. But for some reason, niggas in America is like, no, I don't want to be tracked and da-da-da-da. And, you know, in China, they got a social credit score. They got you know what, in China, they got a social credit score. Hey, in America, nigga, we got an actual credit score to where you can't even get a fucking home, you can't get an apartment, or you can't even get a car with a real credit score. Bro, in America, we have a real credit score. Niggas want to talk about, oh, in China, they got social credit scores. Nigga, in America, we got real credit scores where this shit hinders where you can live, what you can drive, and certain jobs check your fucking credit score, or you can't work for them. How the fuck are you, bro? Nobody is upset about being tracked, bro. It's just that us here in America, we are worried about being tracked because we don't know what the fuck these independent companies are gonna do with our data. But with the Chinese government, yo, we see that the Chinese government, these niggas are not trying to harm their people. And let's just say, because I know niggas like to get crazy. Okay, well, let's just say the Chinese government just went rogue and said, fuck it, we're going to start harming our people. Well, guess the fuck what, nigga? This is the time that you rise up and you take over the fucking government. It's simple. Niggas act like it's deeper than what the fuck it is. It's really not. You think bro, that's 1.5 fucking billion niggas in China. You mean to tell me if the fucking 200 niggas in government wanted to take over the fucking country and wanted to start doing some foul shit, that niggas wouldn't just take over the fucking government? But see, the crazy part about it is us here in America, there's 300 motherfucking million niggas here in America, but we won't take over the government. It's because we're so fucking socialized to the point to where we won't even do any fucking thing. Our government, bro, we're actively living under a fucking dictatorship. Donald Trump just procured and did a fucking illegal war, bombing the fucking Iranians. That was a legal war. The president can't go to fucking war without Congress giving the okay, and he did that shit. So what the fuck are you talking about? Thinking that you don't live under a totalitarianistic rule? Yes, the fuck you do. You live under this shit. And like when I had my debate with the brother Yara, this is the point that I was even trying to make to him, is that even when it comes to our workplace, we don't have a fucking democracy. Your boss, your fucking the person that runs the company rules over you. They rule over you. You don't control shit. So how the fuck can you talk shit about anybody else that's living in any other motherfucking country that's doing better than you, by the way? How the fuck can you talk shit about them? When the country you fucking live in, you have a motherfucking president that's fucking just balls to the wall doing whatever the fuck he want to do, when the fuck he want to do. And even when the court says, hey, the president can't do this, he still does it. The motherfuckers told him, yo, the tariffs are illegal. What did he say? He said, okay, well, I'm just going to put in different tariffs. They told him the tariffs was fucking illegal. He said, I'm going to put in different tariffs. And for some reason, you niggas think that you live in a free fucking country. What the fuck is free about it? Oh, let me guess. in China, in fucking North Korea and other places, you can't talk shit about the fucking leader. Oh, wow, look at that. In China, you can't talk shit about the leader. In North Korea, you can't talk shit about the fucking leader. In Vietnam, you can't talk shit about a leader. But guess what? All of these motherfuckers are living better than you are. But in America, you can talk shit about the leader as much as the fuck as you want to. But you're living like shit. You can talk about Donald Trump all the fuck you want to, but you're living like shit. And this motherfucker ain't trying to do a fucking thing to help you. But in these other countries, Vietnam, North Korea, excuse me, China, you can't talk shit about the leader and just say whatever the fuck come to your goddamn nappy head ass. You can't say whatever the fuck you want to say. But niggas is living better. So what the fuck is it? What do you want? Do you want freedom to talk shit about whoever the fuck you want to and have this stupid freedom of speech shit? Or do you want to live a long, fulfilling fucking life? Because nobody in fucking China is saying, hey, man, I want to have freedom of speech. I want to be able to say, fuck Xi Jinping and that bitch-ass nigga. No, niggas is waking up, eating, fucking, going to work, same shit like we doing. But they're doing it at a higher rate than us. They're doing this shit better than us. Going to their cities, they have no fucking homelessness. The fuck? Oh, but we got freedom of speech here. I could just say whatever the fuck I want to say about Donald Trump. Yeah. You stay your motherfucking nappy head ass right there and say whatever the fuck you want to say about Donald Trump while all of the fucking millionaires and billionaires just rape and rob and take everything out of this fucking country. Meanwhile, Xi Jinping, he's telling these motherfucking millionaires and billionaires, no, bitch, you can't take everything out of this motherfucking country. These motherfuckers is executing millionaires and billionaires left and fucking right in goddamn China. Executing these niggas. They not playing with them. They executing millionaires and billionaires for fucking over the goddamn system. Donald Trump is cutting taxes for these motherfuckers. Donald Trump is cutting taxes. Xi Jinping is cutting off motherfucking heads. But we sitting back motherfucking playing games. Well, so I just want to be able to say that, hey, fuck you, Donald Trump. Okay, well, now you said it. And now you're still in fucking poverty. Now what? You got it off of your chest, nigga. Now the fuck what? It's useless, bro. It's useless. Man. Yeah, I had to get that off my chest. But yeah, let me go ahead and end this. I'm gonna come back with some other shit. Give me about like another hour. It's still, the night is still young. Give me about another hour. I'm gonna come back with some more hard hitting shit. Y'all know how I do. Leave your comments. You know what I'm saying? All of those shit on the video. I want to know what you guys think about it. You know what I'm saying? Tell me if you think I was wrong. Yo, Cube, you wrong about this, you wrong about that. Leave that in the comments because, you know, that's where I respond in the comments, and I enjoy the spirited debates in the comment. I enjoy. I don't block niggas for speaking their mind in the comments and shit like that. I enjoy it. But, yeah, I'm going to come back in about another hour, and, you know, I'm going to have some more hard-hitting shit. And, yeah, man. You know, cover the war a little bit and, you know, get more to my bag. But until next time, man, I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all to death. Peace.